Welcome to the triSearch Compliance Centre, a single place to manage your AML CTF obligations. Built in partnership with Grant Thornton, the official advisor to AUSTRAC, the triSearch Compliance Centre is a structured, guided framework designed to help law firms, conveyancers, and real estate professionals meet their Tranche 2 obligations with confidence. Before we go through the content, I'd like to remind you that the information in this demo is of a general nature and is not legal or regulatory consulting advice. So it is not intended to address any of the circumstances of any particular individual or entity. This is designed to give you an overview of the Compliance Centre. If you have any questions regarding AUSTRAC information, you should be seeking your own professional or legal advice. You can access the Compliance Centre from any screen via the header navigation in your triSearch account. If you're using a practice management system, there are also shortcuts built in that take you directly here, saving your compliance officer some time getting into the system. The first time you access the Compliance Centre, you'll be prompted to select your sector and assign key roles within your firm. This is essentially your initial setup, making sure the right people have the right access to the right parts of the system from the start. These settings can be updated at any time as your business evolves. If you've already enrolled with AUSTRAC, you can enter your enrolment number here. If not, that can be added later. From the main dashboard, you can quickly access everything you need to manage Tranche 2 compliance, including direct links to AUSTRAC guidance and enrolment. Across the top, the tabs will guide you through each step of your compliance journey. Importantly, the Compliance Centre is essentially a digital version of the AUSTRAC starter kits, structured in a way that's easier to work through and maintain over time, while still allowing flexibility to tailor things to your firm. The first step is completing your firm level risk assessment. This walks you through identifying and documenting risks relevant to your business. As you answer questions based on how your firm operates, the system builds out a tailored risk assessment. The goal here is to capture anything that you could apply to your firm, even if it's a one-off scenario. Where a risk doesn't apply, you'll be prompted to note how you avoid it. That can be as simple as "we do not offer this service," or more detailed if you prefer. That's entirely up to you or your compliance officer. Once completed, your firm risk assessment is saved and ready if required. If your firm's risk profile changes, for example, you take on a new type of client or merge with another firm, it's the compliance officer's responsibility to update this. That can be done easily via the update option in the top right. Next is creating your AML policies and procedures. You can either upload your own or generate one directly within the system. To generate a policy, you simply select the number of users in your firm. For firms under 15 users, this will adopt the AUSTRAC aligned policy based on your selected sector. The system then creates a tailored document using AUSTRAC guidance and your risk assessment responses. Just like your risk assessment, your policies and procedures can be updated anytime. Everything in the Compliance Centre is tracked and stored. Each section includes an audit trail showing what's been done and by who. In the policy section, you'll also have access to version history, which allows firm owners to see changes made over time, particularly useful where the compliance officer and firm owner are different people. If you haven't had time to go through AUSTRAC's full guidance, there are short training modules available here. These were developed in close consultation with Grant Thornton, who also advised AUSTRAC directly on these obligations. As the industry evolves and reporting requirements develop, Grant Thornton continues to consult on the platform to ensure the training and guidance stays current. Once your risk assessment and policies are in place, you can begin onboarding your staff. Start by completing due diligence on your team. A firm owner or governing body will onboard the compliance officer. The compliance officer can then onboard the rest of the team. The system guides you through the required checks, including VOI, PEP sanctions and adverse media, criminal history, and bankruptcy. There are also suitability checklists completed by the firm owner for the compliance officer and by the compliance officer for the rest of the team. Once completed, all records are stored in the Compliance Centre and ready for audit if ever required. Staff can also complete AML training modules here, including quizzes with certificates issued upon completion. Once certified, staff are ready to begin providing designated services. The status of onboarding and training can be monitored at any time. With those steps completed, your firm is ready to provide designated services. This is where the client onboarding comes in. You'll start this through your usual onboarding and VOI workflow. I won't go into full detail of the VOI process here, but importantly, AML checks are now built directly into that flow. Alongside VOI, a KYC questionnaire is sent to your client. This form was developed with input from Grant Thornton to target specific risks practitioners need to be assessed. At the same time, PEP sanctions and adverse media checks run automatically in the background. The system applies a suggested risk rating based on the information collected, aligned with AUSTRAC requirements and supporting your initial customer due diligence. If needed, matters can be escalated to the compliance officer for further review, but ultimately the decision sits with the firm. This allows firms to structure their workflows, for example, focusing senior time on medium and high-risk matters only. Once a client is onboarded, you can generate reports to share with other parties in the transaction. Everything within the Compliance Centre is automatically recorded, creating complete audit trail for regulators or internal review. This can be accessed at any time and exported to PDF if required. So that's the triSearch Compliance Centre, a guided framework to manage AML CTF compliance with confidence. This doesn't replace the obligations your firm now has under Tranche 2, but what it does do is give you a complete structured framework to manage them all in one place without having to build everything from scratch. Your risk assessments, policies, staff onboarding, client due diligence, and audit trail, all connected, all tracked, and all built on guidance from Grant Thornton and AUSTRAC's own starter kits. If you've got any questions or want to see how this fits into your firm's workflow, reach out to your account manager.